When I say 7, y'all say days. Hunting for the cheese like a mouse in a maze. Been down all my life, mama thought it was a phase. Same OG, guess I'm stuck in my ways. Last night I had a dream.
Voices, the place where your voice matters. And this is our Voice of the People segment. And this is where you have an opportunity to actually call in. And so tonight we're expecting some great
Holler
callers.
at us. Come on.
We want you to leave comments
Yes.
and questions just as usual. But meanwhile, we're going to recap last night. Guys, you remember what we talked about?
A little
We
bit.
had a great show. We talked about activism. And so I just kind of want to recap. But before we get into that, I want to give the definition again of activism. Efforts that promote or direct social, political, economic, or environmental reform or stasis with the desire to make improvements in society. Now, this was my little bit I added because I like it. The cause is unification in a particular situation. So usually if a person is an activist, it's for a specific cause.
Yeah.
And so that's why I just wanted to put that
But
little
you-
bit in there.
You,
Just
you can't you can't
just-
read define the word though.
It's a remix
I did.
definition.
Oh, you
right, I
got,
just-
that's the remix.
It's a remix.
It's the remix,
Thursday,
babe.
Well, I just put a little flavor on it, just a little flavor, a little rhyme. But anyway, so in thinking about that, I started thinking about some of my favorite people that I believe are activists. And for you guys, I want you to just think about. I'm sorry, y'all. If I start looking crazy,
You just freeze up on me.
wait a minute. No, if I start looking crazy, I just need y'all to know that I'm trying to watch the camera guy and read his mouth and his signals. So, but when I start thinking about activists, I'm thinking about some of my favorite people, and one that comes to mind is Angela Bassett
Right.
at this particular time. And Angela Bassett, first of all, she should be an activist for just looking good. For
Oh my God.
for women over what 60?
60.
Just
Lord
looking.
have mercy.
Okay, well, here we go. But Angela Bassett, so she's an activist for the youth, and Alicia Keys, she's an activist for children as well, keeping them alive, and
Yes.
HIV.
Yes. Yes.
And so, so I start thinking about some of them, and then some of my activists that have passed, Madam C.J. Walker, Sarah Breedlove, and so for my industry, she's one. Who comes to mind for you guys?
For me, and I know this is probably not a fan favorite because you either love her or you hate her, but Candace Owens is somebody that I happen to favor most of the time. She is super conservative. She's a political activist, huge Trump supporter. Been real big lately, especially with the election. That's who comes to mind right now, just because of everything that's going on, because she's everywhere.
Yeah.
She's in your face.
Okay.
Like,
Let me just check. Do we have a caller yet? Oh, we do. We have a caller on the line. Is my caller there? Hello. My caller. Oh, hotline bling.
hello.
Okay, my caller will come back here in a second. But so last night, one of the things that we pointed out, and I just want to say that for people that may be tuning in for the first time, and thank you, by the way, but we talked about who was the first activist. You remember?
Moses.
All right now. And then we talked about the greatest.
Jesus.
Okay. So just want to make sure we remember that. So did you talk about who are the activists that you are fond of right now during this time?
One of mine is always going to be Malcolm X. It's one of those. He's one of those guys. Once he took that exploration to Mecca and really understood what it was to become a Muslim, it's changed his whole mindset.
Okay.
And it went from Elijah Muhammad style of thinking to I'm here for the people now.
Okay.
Because it takes a unit to move forward. It just don't take one set of people. It takes a whole unit.
Right.
I need everybody to move forward to make things happen.
And you know what? When I think about Malcolm X, it seems like people were either for Malcolm, kind of what you just said
Right.
about Candace. You're either for or pro Malcolm, I should say,
Well-
or pro Martin. And it was
Well,
like,
we doing him a Malcolm an injustice because his name after he did his exploration, he actually changed from Malcolm X to Shaheed Malik Shabazz.
pause that thought. We're going to come back to that. I believe our caller is on the line. Hello. Uh-oh.
We can't hear you.
Okay, let's see if we can get that volume turned up. I can barely
Almost.
hear you.
You're getting there. You're getting close.
I hear you.
You do?
There you go.
Bro.
There you are. Thank
Hey,
you.
okay, we in
Hello
there.
there.
Hey, how you doing today, man?
I'm doing good. How y'all doing?
Good,
Good.
good.
Peaceful,
Thank
man,
you. Thank you
peaceful.
for calling.
Hey, no problem, no problem. My name's D,
Okay.
and
What's up, D?
I called in. I spoke to y'all last week.
Hi, D.
Hey, what's up, bro?
Hey.
Hey, I ain't making no noise. Um, I was just listening to what you were saying, brother, about how it takes a whole unit.
Yes.
And me, I'm calling from Birmingham, Alabama. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
The state that changed the whole world
Yeah.
and showed them what it's like when young black men and young black women unify and show that we ain't gonna take it no more.
Mhm.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm 38, so I really ain't too far from the generation that paved the way. And to me, it's sad how I see nowadays that the generation of young black men and women have so much hatred for each other that we can't seem to come together and stand together for nothing.
Hmm.
You right.
All we do is hurt each other, commit senseless crimes, and just it's just sad, you know.
Hey, would
And
you say that is part of what the media show? Because I'm pretty sure there's plenty that's doing great in your city. It's just what the media shows about about us.
yeah, that play a big part in it as far as what the media shows, because you know it's a brainwashing thing. It's like a brainwashing mechanism.
Mhm.
You know, like you say, they don't show the good things, but all they ever show is bad. Every day on TV, music,
Correct.
movies, all you see is
The negative.
violence
Yeah,
and
you see.
negativity.
Mm-hmm.
And once you get, what's the word I'm looking for? Desensitized
That's
Mhm.
right.
Yes.
to seeing it, it's normal.
That's right. It
Right.
becomes
Right.
normal.
So you feel like it ain't no problem for me to go out here and hurt my brother or hurt my sister. You know, to have a hate for my brother or my sister just because they have something that you don't. When in actuality, if you just got up off your butt and strive for something, you can have it
You
too.
can have it too.
You can have it.
Right.
Yeah.
And you know what? That's major what you're saying, because when they're showing that and the media is manipulating people's minds like that, and what we believe and what we see, and it's definitely not just happening in your community, in your state, but
Sure
the
not.
fear and the bad part of that is what's happening to the minds of the young people that's also watching that, because who's tuned into those TVs? You
Right.
know, the young people, children.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
the media is honestly making it seem like we only need a 20-inch set of rims, a bunch of jewelry around our necks, a bunch of jewelry in our mouths
That bling.
that blings,
That's
and then
right.
it's just like, no,
Oh, yeah.
that's not that normal person.
And but you know the other side of that is, I mean, but we do have to take some ownership in
We
that
gotta take-
negative.
we
That's
gotta
right.
take all the
Because
ownership
think
on it.
about that. That is what's happening, and that's kind of how you started off with that. We have all of this hatred, and we do have hatred for one another. And you know, it's too bad that we can't support each other like we. You know, you
should.
would think back in the day when they used to talk about Black Power, and you were just proud of being black. I'm black and I'm proud. And they would greet each other with "What's up, my brother,
My brother.
and my
Yeah.
sister and my queen," etc. It seems like to me, it seems like that had more unification back
Oh
then.
yeah.
And
It
now,
was.
I don't see that.
I think too, Dee, that you bring up a wonderful point. A lot of times, the fight is not only against those who are against us. Sometimes it's against those who are supposed to be with us. So, I mean, I really
Yeah.
love the way
Family.
that you put that, because it couldn't be more true.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I look at we don't have the village anymore.
Right.
Oh no.
We don't have that village, and we have to recreate that village for our youth. And it's hard,
A lot of us don't even have the homes no more.
right?
Wow.
I mean,
You know,
and that's the
it's
key. That is the
it's a
key.
lot of parents instead of being mothers and fathers, they
There
want
you
to be. I'm your homeboy.
Right,
You know,
right.
No, I ain't your homie.
I'm your partner instead of trying to talk to their children like me. I got a 14-year-old and a 6-year-old, and I see my 14-year-old get caught into listening to this music nowadays. And don't get me wrong, I came up listening to Pac and which is the greatest rapper of all time. Let me put that in there.
Okay.
But
I beg to differ, but go ahead.
hey, hey, I feel you. But you know what I'm saying, in the gangster rap era, the East Coast, West Coast, you know what I'm saying, the South, all that. But I remember my mama and my grandma used to tell me
Turn that
about
mic
listening
up.
to the music and thinking that it make us do what we listening to.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to beg the difference and be like, nah, it ain't making me do none of that they talking about.
Yeah, because I mean, if you think about it, if you listen to Pac and all them, they actually had messages in their songs.
Yes,
And
But they
yes.
were talking about some serious
Yeah, I mean,
dirt too.
yeah, they was
But
talking
I
about
just want to
serious
know.
dirt.
True.
So, where were you going to go with that? Are you saying that that's what you thought then, but now you have a different perspective?
I actually do, because nowadays I see the difference in the music, but also like he just said, they also threw messages out there, even though they was throwing garbage out there too.
Mm-hmm.
And now
Now
it's just all
these
garbage.
days,
Mm-hmm.
it's more garbage
Mm-hmm.
Then
and no
message.
message.
Yeah,
Yep.
there's no
Mhm.
message.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you
You
have
know,
you have to understand in that era, you had the Booyah
KRS.
KRS was the Booyah
yeah,
tribe, a tribe called Quest. You had people that actually had a message.
That's
It was
right.
African
being
Bambaataa,
Rakim.
all them.
African
Yeah,
Pep. That's
yes,
right.
they had a
Big
message.
Daddy Kane, you know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
definitely.
A lot of
Yeah,
these cats, they had messages, and it was a positive message.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
You had your gangster rapping, and that wasn't all bad. But some of this music that's out today,
Man,
Jesus,
I
take the wheel.
I
Yeah.
can't get
It's
with
all
it.
about Papa Miley, Papa Perk.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Stuff
Absolutely.
just
Shoot up the club.
for what?
I
right.
ain't
What
never
we shooting
scared
up the
So
about
club
nothing.
for?
I'm gonna die tonight.
What we shooting up the
right.
club
So
for?
let me ask you this question. You said you're in Birmingham.
Hey, you know it. You said it right.
Okay. All right. So as far as activists, and because we're talking about activism, do you guys have that you know of? Are there any major activists in your community that you know that's standing up and standing strong for your community right now during this time?
Honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. Not really. We have some older cats
Mm-hmm.
who are activists and stand strong, and I can't tell no lie. I really don't know their names like that.
Mm-hmm.
You get it?
You know what I'm saying? But we have a couple of younger cats who call themselves activists,
Okay.
and they stay on the news and out there protesting and doing all that. But at the same time, they do a lot of
Mm.
woo. You know what I'm saying? A lot of
Talking.
miscellaneous stuff
Okay.
that has nothing to do with being a stand-up person, being
Wow.
a stand-up man,
Mm-hmm.
a person that should even be able to call themselves activists and be on TV claiming that they're trying to make a change.
Right. And see, that's one of the things that we have been talking about. That's one of the dilemmas I have. You were, like you just said, you're trying to think of their name. And that's one of the things we were talking about. Like, who are the activists nowadays that, you can call off Malcolm and Martin Luther King and Fred Hampton and different people, but who are the true activists today?
Right.
I mean, when you even go outside of your city.
Right.
Who do you know of, D, that you're proud of, or that you would stand beside as an activist right now?
Honestly, nobody that I can really think of.
See,
And
that's
that's the
just
sad
That's the
part.
scary
But
part
that's the
about it.
answer we had to the question the other day when we asked it amongst the panel. That's the same exact answer.
Well,
we
no, I
were
mean,
stumped. I was stumped.
Well, we got in this city our neutral voices. Now we can't.
Well-
We're not gonna overlook them. Our
Right.
neutral
Well,
voices
we-
in this
we-
city is ready to roll.
We're up and coming, and we're
You know.
doing our thing. Trying to be the voice of our community. And
But the real sad part is one person down here that calls himself an activist, and I'm not gonna say his name because he deserves no shine.
okay,
And he has a lot of people that follow him,
Mm,
listen to him, and get active on things that he tell them to do.
okay.
But at the same time, he's leading them wrong.
Mm,
He's I don't want to cuss on your show, but he's with a lot of effery.
okay.
And
But you know
Like it.
what?
I
When you
like
say
it.
that,
I
D, I just want to
like it.
say
I
that
like it.
because you bring up another point that there are activists for the negative side as well.
Yeah.
Now, he may not intentionally be doing that, but there are
he
activists. See?
he intentionally does it.
Okay.
So
but
he's like the David Koresh activist type.
I was just saying, so you have that other
Yeah.
side.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Anybody can be an activist.
Okay. And I believe
He more like the Jim Jones type. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's what I'm
He
saying.
drink that Kool-Aid.
wow.
that's what I'm
That's
saying.
bad.
Wow.
Wow. He said Jim
Thanks
Jones.
for calling
Okay.
in again.
Hey,
D.
D.
We
Yes.
always
Man,
appreciate
we
hearing
appreciate
so
you
from
much.
you.
calling, bruh.
Wow.
Call
No
anytime,
problem, no
man.
problem.
Yeah.
Shout out Beham, Alabama, baby. We up
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. Yeah,
Neutral
Birmingham.
voices, baby.
Fam,
We
fam.
represent.
Yes. Thank you.
Y'all hold it down, man. Keep doing what y'all do. I love it. I
All
appreciate
right.
Hey,
it.
we
Thank you
appreciate
so
you,
much.
man.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you. Thank you.
One.
Yes.
Wow.
That was a great
Super,
call,
super
and-
interesting
and
point.
he always have
He
great
does.
points.
Yeah,
He
So
does.
I'm
He
excited
has
about
good
him.
points and things.
And it's interesting that he feels the same way we feel. Now, see how that works?
Well, I mean, that lets you know from city to city, it's the same.
Listen,
Yeah,
city to city,
right,
state
right.
to state,
It's the same.
heart to heart. This is what we see,
This is
and
what
so
it
we're just
is.
being honest.
This is what it is.
I mean, I would love to see, honestly, I would love to see more of the churches.
Okay, right. Okay, so that I'll say that kind of flows with this. So one of my questions I have is, so if we were to rise up as a community of people, and let's just deal with Black people, because sometimes when you start thinking about other cultures, a lot of times they feel like they have already risen and they are already there. I got a caller coming, so let's wait. Hello, caller, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, hey. Do
Hey,
you have
what's up?
a question or a comment?
Well, I got a comment.
And first,
Anyway, first of all, how you
let-
guys doing?
We're
yeah,
doing real
we
good.
doing
What's your name?
Who you be?
Who you be?
Who you be?
What was it?
Jamarcus Tinker.
Got it.
Jamarcus.
Hi, Jamarcus.
Hi. I actually know you, Veronica. How are you?
I'm good.
Yeah,
Jamarcus.
we cut the dad's grass.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well,
Yeah.
thank you for calling. You said you have a
No problem.
question?
Comment.
Or comment?
Comment.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Well, you guys are talking about activists, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Well, I heard the names you call out, and to me, well, my guy there, I forget his name, the black guy there with the nice leather hat on.
Yeah.
That's
What's
E.
up? What's up with you, bro? I'm here.
What's happening, man? I do agree with Malcolm X.
Yeah.
But the rest of those names, Candace Owens and, all those other people, I
You
really
gonna
don't
throw them
agree
in
with that. Now, see, think about an activist is. An activist is a person that has one vision, and one vision as one person as a unit.
Okay. Candace does have has a vision. I mean, some of the stuff come out of her mouth is sideways, but some of the stuff,
No, I agree with Malcolm X.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying.
That's an activist.
But
Yeah.
that's so. Who else? He knocked Candace Owens
He's not a
down.
Candace Owens
So,
fan.
but there's
I
a
mean,
reason.
well, you just can't say a person that's in the media is an activist just because the person has a voice in a social
Okay.
scene.
Okay,
Okay.
I give you that one. I can rock with you on that one. Yeah, you're
No,
right.
I'm agreeing with you, brother. Because I mean, Malcolm X, it was an activist.
Oh, he was a major activist. I mean,
Yes,
Right.
yes, he was one of the just like Tupac Shakur, and just like
His mom.
I mean, we can say a lot of people.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes. I love that. So who right now today do you know that is an activist and you would stand behind them, you would stand with them, you would follow them today?
Now that's the problem. There aren't any. I will say Benjamin Crump might be one
Okay, Benjamin
Okay.
Crump. And why is that?
because he's standing for our police reform, and he's trying to get our get us on the same level.
well, you know something. You know, I could roll with Ice Cube right now.
I was gonna say,
Right.
I
I
was
can roll
gonna,
with
I was
you.
gonna
I do like
ask
what
you about
Ice Cube
Ice
did.
Cube.
Huh?
I do like what Ice Cube did.
I
Right.
mean, if you read the whole contract, is
I did.
okay. So
Okay.
I could stand with him on
Yep,
that one.
yep.
I really could just, hey, let's go, bro. I can rock with you.
Yeah. I
And you know
agree.
what? I'm not even mad at Trump.
Okay.
You know,
let's talk about
everybody
that.
gets upset about this Trump thing. The thing about it is, every president we had has been racist.
Okay.
One thing I can understand about Trump is he don't hide it.
Oh, he was
Okay.
he was open
Just
about
come
it.
to just come to the meeting with your hood on. Okay.
Well, before Trump was the president, he was in almost half of the black folks' songs.
He sure was.
We praised Trump.
Everybody wanted to be
Yes,
Trump.
you
Everybody,
are
I
absolutely
want to have
right.
money like Trump.
And
Trump
wanted to
is my
stay at the
homeboy.
Trump Tower.
Yeah,
I
you're
stayed
right.
at the Trump
That's
Tower.
true.
Come to think
That's
of it, when I was in Atlantic City.
funny part about it, he don't even own the Trump Towers. He just owns the name.
But that's what I'm saying. People wanted to stay there.
then you can't knock the hustle. You can't knock the hustle, brother.
Bro,
Let's go
I'm
a
not
step
knocking
above
the
that.
hustle.
Yes.
Trust me.
Let's
That's a
go
real
step
hustle.
above that. Let's go a step above that.
Okay.
Look at Biden and his record. The thing about it is, we can't point our finger at a person that's just in a powerful position
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
and say that's the devil.
Right.
That's our enemy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know,
We got to hold accountable for ourselves too, because who is stepping up for the black community?
That's what I'm.
Who is really calling herself an activist?
Right.
you're right. No one, and that's the key thing. We first and foremost we have to be self-sustained,
Yeah.
before we do anything else. We're not self-sufficient at all.
And that's another. Yeah, we need to. That's a whole nother episode.
Yeah, we-
right now, I want to find out. Do you know or follow Umar Johnson?
I have.
What do you think about him?
That's the guy. That's the black guy that's been down there running the protest and all those things, right? I want to make sure I'm talking about the right person.
Yeah, he's a. I wanted to say he's a thick guy, but I can't really describe him.
Well,
but
Umar had
his vision is to have the schools. Did he open the schools?
Yeah,
and then
he's
Yeah.
opening up some schools.
Okay.
and he's on the front line of that.
Yes.
I mean, and that's one.
Yeah, we're talking about
That's
the
the
same person.
squill.
Yeah, the mice. We the mice.
You probably didn't see that.
Yeah,
video.
the
You have to
mice in
look
the
it up.
room.
Jamarcus, I have a question for you. Who comes to mind when you think of local activists, like in the Fort Wayne area, right here in our community? Does anybody pop? What are your thoughts?
Yep.
said no.
The first thing that came to my mind for local activists in Fort Wayne, Indiana,
Yes.
Tom Henry.
Who?
Tom Henry? Tom
Hit it?
Yes, sir.
Tom Henry.
Okay.
Tom Henry.
We had to
And I'm gonna tell you why.
How you gonna
Okay,
act
I'm
like you
listening.
don't know who that is?
Okay, I'm listening. I'll wait.
Say anybody else.
Okay, I'm listening. I want to hear this one. It's interesting.
Did you just hear what he said?
Mm-mm.
He said because he's seen him at more black events than anyone else.
And the fact that he relates to the black community.
Tom Henry. You talking about the mayor, right?
Yeah,
I'm
that's
talking about the mayor of Fort Wayne, Indiana.
that's a beautiful. That's actually a really good point. And the fact that you say you see him at every black event in Fort Wayne, like that is. I mean, that's huge.
You talking about the man that said we got curves on the south side of town and a Taco Bell, we should be happy. Are you? I mean, that's what I'm asking you.
Yes, I am saying that.
He coming.
Bruh,
he
are you
coming for you.
serious?
He coming for you
He
right now.
acknowledged that.
I'm gonna ask you
He
a question.
acknowledged that. He acknowledged that.
Doc,
He
I'm gonna
said
ask
we
you-
should be happy about having a Taco Bell on the south
Taco Bell on the
side.
south side of town. Do you own a business?
No, I do not. I would love to.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you. Do you stay on the south side of town?
He
Yes, I
helping
do.
me.
I won't
Okay,
move.
you
I
stay
feel
on the
safe
south
over
side of
here.
town.
We ain't got no opportunity zones over here.
None.
I'm
First and
struggling
foremost,
at the salon.
Yeah, and I'm gonna ask you.
Well, I'll
hey,
tell you like
Dr.
this.
V,
I'm
I'm gonna
still
ask
safe
you a
from the
question.
south side of town than I do anywhere else in Fort Wayne.
Okay.
Okay.
Dr. V, I'm gonna ask you a question. You own a business, right?
Yes.
Okay. Does the Curves and Taco Bell, did that bring anything more?
They
to
stopped before they got to my street, so they didn't even do
You
our
ain't got no curves?
No.
Okay, and you still thinking man, this brother.
Everything
oh my
they do,
goodness.
they stop before they get to. They stop before they get to Warsaw Street.
Because I feel like you coming. I'm ready for it. Go ahead.
I need some yak now, please, because this brother just said Tom Henry, the guy. I mean,
I did.
what has he done anything for the south side of town? Explain to me. I'm listening. I'll wait. Oh,
Well,
it was a hush.
what
over
he
the
have
crowd.
done.
Wait, give
Oh,
me a minute.
wait. Give me a second. Give me a second. Let me
You
tell
taking too long. You
First
should
of all,
come right out.
what have any of them ever done for the
My
for the
point
South side of our
exactly.
community?
So guess what? By you
But
showing,
what I'm gonna say
wait,
about
I
Tom
wanna
Henry
hear.
is,
Let's hear
what I'm
Tom
gonna say
Henry.
about Tom Henry is he does associate himself with the black community. I know
Hold on,
friends personally that he goes to their weddings. He's been to their weddings. He's been to their homes. He's bought gifts for their families. And the people I'm talking about are people that's been in prison, that's been reformed. So you can't really talk about a person until you really know that person.
my sweat rag.
That's right. And do you have any type of personal connection or relationship with him?
Me personally, with Tom Henry,
Yes.
I shook his hand and he said hi, and he's been a great guy. I mean, he's never been
I
disrespectful.
don't think he's a
at all.
bad guy. I've sat down and had dinner with him. I don't think he's a bad guy, but I really do feel like there's so much more they could do on the South Side.
I mean,
It is.
You
Yeah.
telling me,
But
what
besides
one person
him-
do?
you telling me just because he comes to a black event or he gives some stuff out to a couple
Nope,
black
nope.
people?
Because I see where you're going with that.
No, that's
He
what,
said, is that what makes him an
that's what
activist?
That's what you saying, bro?
No.
Come on.
No, I'm not. No, I'm
Everything
not.
you
I'm
just
not
said
saying
is
that
a
at all.
photo op.
No, I'm not.
That's all it is.
You misconstruing my words, brother.
What did you
Say it
mean?
again.
I think. Do I
Say
have
it
another
again.
caller coming?
You asked me, the question that y'all asked me was who come to my mind
As
when
an
y'all hear
activist.
about a black
Right, as an
activist in Fort Wayne.
That's right. And that's
I
who
said
you
Tom
said.
Henry.
And you said
Right.
Tom Henry.
And I'm going to give you an opportunity because I can flow with that. And that's your opinion and your voice matters. And this is
My
voice of the
I
people.
hope my voice matters.
That-
Your voice,
My
hey,
voice
bro,
matters.
your voice
So
does
listen,
matter.
So
all day
my
long.
other question is there anybody else or is it just him? Because I know for me,
I kind of
I've
like
been
how
thinking.
Sharon Tucker. I kind of like how Sharon Tucker held up when she was put in that situation that she had to get put in.
Okay. Yeah,
when they
so
talk
Sharon
about
Tucker.
I like how she held
All right.
her heart, but I think she should have said something.
All
Okay.
good, all good points
Okay.
and questions.
All
for
right.
Marcus.
Well,
Thank
I
you.
appreciate that. So
Well,
I'm,
please
you
call
know,
back some other time.
yes, I know we got another caller coming, but thank you so much, and maybe I'll talk to you soon.
Thank
All right,
you.
bro. Thanks, man.
Who's the? Do I have a caller? All right. Hello, caller, you're there. You're on. This is Voice of the People.
Wow.
And we have another caller coming through. But you know what? That's the whole point. Everybody's entitled to follow and to believe in the person they choose to.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yes. Okay. I have a caller. Hello. Oh,
Hello.
Oh,
Hey,
there you are.
There you go.
Hello
We can hear you
there.
now.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. And who's calling, hon? What's your name?
Tyra.
Tyra. And where are you from, Tyra?
Here.
Oh, you okay. You're from Fort Wayne. All right,
Yes.
hon. You got a question or a comment?
Both actually.
Okay.
Okay, so something that you touched on yesterday that hit home for me was the backlash you received from voicing your truth.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And as part of the LGBTQ community, I know that those repercussions can also come from simply staying true to your authentic self by publicly loving who you love. You know, and of course, those adverse comments from strangers are going to happen. But I think that when those comments are from people in your inner circle, it makes it even more discouraging because you no longer have that support system.
That is so true.
I know that that's something that I struggled with in the past. So my question to you is, have you ever refrained from speaking your truth or from standing up for what you believe in because you feared losing the people you cared about?
Hi, Tyra. So I'm going to take this one because I did touch on this a little bit last night. And first of all, I want to say that I've seen this happen. I know Tyra personally. I follow her on social media as well. And she is a Black Lives Matter advocate as well. And she is a white woman. And I have seen her be attacked on social media publicly for standing up for people that are not of her same race. So I have literally seen this happen. It's happened to me. And did it silence me? Absolutely, for a very, very, very long time.
Wow.
Until it didn't. It silences you, and then it almost fuels you. So, I mean, I feel that pain. It's super real. You just have to keep on speaking what you believe and love who you love.
And you know what, Jill, when you say that, and this is for you and Tyra, you made a good point when you said you got so silent that you became angry.
Right.
And in that's when you said, no, I'm not going to be silent anymore.
Right, because when you shush a person, when they shushed Tyra, I saw them shush her. People came to bat for her. So even though you're always going to have those people that don't agree with what you're standing up for, because maybe it's for people of another race or people that love different people, you're still going to have those who are your cheerleaders. Because those people came and they had your back when Joe Schmo, whatever he is, did not have it. You had a whole group.
Yeah, and I'm glad that you guys are not staying silent. And that's why I said last night, I believe it was last night when I said that white silence is worse than black pain, because it keeps on and it continues from generation to generation. And that's why I said in order for things to change, it has to start with you guys.
Right.
That conversation you're having at home or at that table.
It's sad enough that we should have to hold up signs and fight for things that should already be present, let alone being attacked by your own people or people that look like you because you're choosing to stand up for what's right.
Yeah. Wow. That's terrible. Yeah, Tyra. So, anything else you want to add, Tyra, to that?
No, I think that's it.
You are awesome and amazing. Thank you so much for your comments
Keep speaking
and
and
questions.
keep being loud because people
voice.
notice,
Use
people
your
recognize,
voice.
and
Use your
people love you
voice.
for it.
And continue to
Don't let nobody silence you. Go
listen
on.
to neutral voices.
Definitely.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah,
So that's good, but she has a very interesting point because a lot of people don't get it. As powerful as that point is, people will remain silent when they should be speaking out. And that's how come, and I get it. Some of the names maybe, our other caller was hearing, I forget who was that said that. Maybe he didn't feel like they were important. But
right, and that's
when we
the
start
thing.
thinking about you have to start someplace.
Yeah, and they're
So
important
that
to
voice-
somebody.
Yeah,
Somebody's lived. Candace Owens would not be this huge if there were not people that
That's right.
look at her
Yeah,
as
she
an activist.
Absolutely.
has a good platform. And she is a good activist.
Yes.
I had to give her that one.
Yes.
She fight for what
We
she
have a
believe in.
caller coming in. All right. Caller. Hello there.
Hey, Neutral Voice. Good afternoon. How y'all doing?
Hey, real good. How are you? What's your name?
Oh, fine. That's Travis Dorothy calling all the way from Atlanta, Georgia.
Hi, Travis.
Ooh.
What up with you, Trav?
Wow. All right.
And I'm all right. Grand rising to y'all, kings and queens, man. I just wanted
Thank
to politics with y'all expect.
What's
Okay.
up? What's on your mind, bro?
Man, with this current election just passing through, and with us backing this administration in the Democratic Party, I really want to know, how do you guys feel about the fight of our community headed forward with this new administration, and what can we do as far as ourselves to self-sustain without depending on government so much?
First and foremost, I think you will have to unite as one. That's the key thing. And as far as supporting one another in all their businesses, no matter what it is, you
That's
gotta
what I
have to
was gonna
support
say.
their business. You have to go. You come to my restaurant and I mess up your order. I
Got to
can't.
give you another chance.
You gotta keep giving me a chance, just like you keep giving McDonald's that same
That's
chance.
right. So the
Right.
power of the black dollar.
Yeah, and
In the
circulate
community,
your own money around your
keeping it
community,
in
no
there
matter
longer.
what it is.
I'm telling you, that is major right there for us to spend those dollars in that same community so they can continue to
Thrive.
and make it back.
Yeah, I mean,
Why is
go ahead, bro.
No, I'm sorry. Why do you guys think it's so easy for us as a whole to get mad at each other when it comes to our business, aside from taking that same mentality with these major corporations and other businesses?
Wow, I have said that because I mean, myself, I own a business and I've seen that. And people will, the first time they get a bad hairstyle or something, they talk negative, they dog you out, and they go wherever they're going to go. But then I've seen them on the opposite side of that continue to go to that somebody else, a different culture, different race, over and over and over, and you give them 3-4 chances, filling out surveys, how they can be better, and
Well,
I don't get it.
I look at it like this: we hold each other at a higher standard as a one. And so when we come to a business, a black-owned business, we expect excellence. Wait a minute, we're not perfect.
We're not perfect.
So when I mess up, you say, "Hey, Eric, this what happened in your store.
Feedback.
Hey, I need this could be a little better." And me as the owner got to be okay.
Open
I hear
to
what
that.
you're saying. You right. Instead of going back, oh, I did this right. Oh, no, bro.
Getting
No,
upset.
I can't get upset because your opinion matters, because your dollar matter to me.
That's right.
Correct.
But you know what's
In fact, I appreciate you taking my call first and foremost.
Oh,
no.
thank you for
Thank you
calling
for
us. Oh,
calling.
we appreciate you calling us.
Yeah.
So my question is this: what's actually going on down there in Georgia with this election
You
administration?
mean this recount?
This recount stuff. What y'all do, man?
As y'all know, man, we under a microscope as you would have it right now.
Hey, it's a beautiful thing that all of y'all got out there and voted like that.
That
Was
what
a
I'm
beautiful
talking
thing,
about.
man.
Absolutely.
Well, first and foremost, like I tell people down here, man, if you've been a resident here in the state of Georgia, then you guys know that you got to thank that Sister Stacey Abrams for the work that she put in with her administration.
Right.
As far as getting everybody registered to vote and getting their voices out here to say, to take this serious.
And see, we keep hearing that, and I'm gonna call. Wouldn't you say Stacey Abrams right now is an activist? Because it sounds like she put it down and she called on the
yes,
people.
ma'am.
Yes, definitely. And we hearing
yes,
about it, but you live there, so you know this is a fact.
Oh, yes, most definitely. So what y'all see right now happening in the state of Georgia is a direct correlation of her campaign.
Wow. And let me just say, a black woman, a strong.
I want to touch on something real quick that you mentioned earlier, Travis. I think a lot of times we beat up the black community in terms of not giving businesses a chance in their community, but I will be the first to tell you, this happens in all communities, period. I will not go. I'm from a very small town that literally has one stoplight. There's not a lot of businesses in this town. When I go back home, I mean, I'm the same way. If I don't get good service, I'm not going back, but I'll go to Olive Garden 74 times when they jack up my order because I like their breadsticks. So, I mean, it's across the board. So, I mean, I don't think, I think that we say that a lot in the black community. Y'all aren't supporting each other. You're not supporting each other. But people, period, aren't supporting each other. Otherwise, we wouldn't be out there holding up signs and asking for rights and everything else.
And I feel you, Jill, but the
it's a
truth
whole
is
different
they
ballgame.
throw us away.
Yeah,
we
quickly.
we throw each other away so
quick.
much faster.
Yes.
And you would just have to be in business or in that community to actually
See it.
experience
Yeah.
that.
I mean, you get
pathetic.
called all kinds of y'all dirty this, y'all, bruh. Let's sit down and talk about it. Wait, we can figure out how can we make it better. It's your opinion and your voice that can make my business
But I feel
better.
like we beat up the black community because, I mean, I think if you ask any race, if you go to get breakfast and they jack your eggs up, are you coming back? Most
but
of the
it's
time,
not
the
that
answer's going to
easy.
be no.
It's like this.
not that
If
easy.
you're providing the same exact service as this other person, it could be the exact same. I hate to break this to you, but there's a lot of people that will choose them over black just because. And that's the part that we're talking about. We don't understand. We don't have the sense of loyalty to our
Yeah.
race and our culture.
Right.
And
Like some
that's
cultures.
a better way. I mean,
That's
That's
the depth of it.
Hey, I'm gonna ask you a question, bro. What's y'all community down there like? I mean, I've been down there several times, and at this point, what y'all community look like as far as that?
Well,
kind
right
of-
now,
as far as
I'm a
support.
resident of Stone Mountain, Georgia.
Okay, yep.
You guys know the history of Stone Mountain, Georgia. It was not always kumbaya and everybody else.
Yeah.
But I can say that Stone Mountain is becoming more progressive, and I do see a lot of more diversity in Stone Mountain with businesses opening up as far as Black ownership. And of course, you guys know with the pandemic and COVID going on, certain businesses are taking a hit and certain businesses are thriving. But I think now people are banding together to make sure that they do survive as far as the small mom and pop businesses that they are used to establishing.
Yes.
I mean,
That's good.
so I know for a fact I have this one spot that I patronized through the whole pandemic just so I could do my part to make sure they have something going on.
Right. So I love that. So right now, what does unity look like for you? Whether it's happening now or what you would like to see?
For me, right now, unity, and I'm pretty sure you guys have the same feelings I have. Right now, heading into 2021, it's a certain uncertainty still.
Mm-hmm.
So with that lingering, I just want people to realize we can get further together and apart.
Correct.
And if you know it's something within your smallest of will that you can do for a person, thy neighbor or whomever, perfect stranger,
Yes.
let's just do right by each other, y'all.
That's right.
That's the
I love
best.
that.
And if
yes.
every person had that heart and mentality,
That's it.
Well, I
that's unit. I mean, that's
a lot of
is
people
it.
actually do have
a lot of
that.
people do.
They have that, and they just don't know how to
show it,
to show
to
it.
Or to give it,
Or
or
to
to
give-
display
yeah.
it, or to contribute.
Don't have an outlet too. Well, I mean
Well,
that's the key.
Let us be the voice, neutral voices. We're here in the community to be that bigger voice. So if you can't say it, let us say it
Right,
for you.
right.
Yeah, we don't have no problem saying it.
Thank you, Travis, for
Wow,
calling.
thank you
Man,
all the way from
appreciate you.
Thank you
Atlanta.
guys so much.
Yes, thank you so much. So we praying for peace and unity and all of that
Yeah.
for all of our people in America, et cetera, et cetera. I know I need it. Yes.
Right.
So yeah.
Y'all be safe, man.
Hey,
Yes,
you
thank
be safe
you.
too, bro.
All right.
All right.
Awesome call.
Wow, super awesome caller.
Ooh, I need to wrap it up. I know, but I can't really. And E, too bad we didn't get to finish your point. But I would like to hear from Jill because I know she got some magic for us that's going to help us deal with all this craziness that we've been dealing with.
I've got a little something for
You got a little something?
Yep, I've got a little something
All
for
right,
you.
let's hear it.
Gandhi made a powerful statement in regards to activism. He said, "A small body of determined spirits, fired by an unquenchable faith in their mission, can deter the entire course of history." How true this is. I think that it's always important to remember that activism, in all instances, stems from love and compassion, fighting for rights that should already be present, rights that instead of being earned and fought for should have been basic human rights. A right is not something that should be given to you, but something that no one should ever be able to take away. While it is in our nature to self-preserve, preservation of one's own culture does not require contempt or disrespect for other cultures, period. It is without question that protesting and activism has played a major part in the civil rights movement, women's rights movements, LGBTQ rights movement, and so on. And while we will not minimize the progress that has been made in the world over the years, we cannot deny the massive amount of work that as people we still need to do. In this life, there may be times in which we feel powerless to prevent injustice, but there must never be a time when we fail to stand up for it. At times, we realize the importance of our voices only when we are silenced. Every single moment is an organizing opportunity, just as every single person is a potential activist, and every single minute is a chance to change the world. As peace cannot exist without justice, justice cannot exist without fairness. Fairness cannot exist without democracy. Democracy cannot exist without respect for the identity and worth of all cultures and all people. In a perfect world, we may picture all kinds of people, all shapes of colors, all wakes of life, all being afforded the same rights, sitting together at a table where all are welcome. Rights that none of us should ever have to beg for. But we're not there yet because we are still fighting. We are fighting for the spots at the table that are reserved for those in power who say, you can't sit here, while silently we are saying, we don't want to sit there with you. But we are not there yet. We do not all have spots at that table. People are not being afforded the rights that they are begging for. So we are not ready to sit down at the table yet. We are not ready to sit down, period. So we stand up, and we keep standing up until every single person gets to that table, until we are all welcome. There is a deep sadness that can be associated with activism in regards to having to even hold a sign, having to be loud, and having to fight for people to be able to love who they love. Why do we have to hold up a sign? Why do we have to form an alliance to prohibit people, specifically in the Black community, from walking down the street and not getting shot, often by those who are supposed to protect and preserve? By standing up, we the people become the ones who aim to protect and preserve. Every single moment is an opportunity. Every single person is a potential activist, and every single moment is a chance to change the world.
Wow. That was
That was
amazing.
deep. That was deep, Jill.
Yeah, okay. We need to frame that.
Yeah.
Hey, this is Neutral Voices. Amazing
Thanks for
conversation.
listening,
Amazing
calling.
callers. I want to thank our callers, D, Jamarcus Tinker. Call you about my dad's grass. Travis Dorsey and Tyra. Amazing conversation. Thank
Great
you guys.
conversation,
guys.
Thank you for
This is
calling.
Voice of the People. Neutral Voices. We'll see you next time.
Good night.
Good night.
Yes, don't forget, click like and share.